Hello there, my name is Bern, welcome to my channel. So it's been a long time since I did one of these, but you know what, I just felt like doing one, so let's go. Talk to Me Thursdays. Today what we're going to be talking about is one of my greatest fears. Aside from death, snakes. Cue the music. And welcome back. So just a disclaimer, you're going to be hearing some noises in the background. I don't really have a soundproof apartment, and as you know in my vlogs, we just recently got a puppy and she loves to play. In fact, she is chewing up a storm right now. Please understand it and please try to ignore it. I'm going to try to do the best of I can because I really wanted to do one of these. So let's go. So snakes. I've been afraid of snakes since I was a kid. I don't remember the reasons I originally started being afraid of snakes. It might have been the movie Anaconda. Funny thing is, this is a fear I can usually face if I'm prepared. Sometimes, if I'm brave enough, I can actually touch a snake, I can pick up a snake, I can pet a snake. It's not a problem. But the other times, like the time we were on a Harry Potter ride and I ended up facing the basilisk, not so good. So the few encounters that I have had haven't been too great. So this one time when I was about 7 or 8 years old, I was fishing in a stream when my mom was at a company picnic. I remember back then I was so excited because my mom got me a fishing pole and I'd never fished before. So I was excited to play around and just go in and fish. So while my mom and her friends were setting up the picnic, she said go ahead and just play in the stream. So I was just casting my pole, rolling it up, casting it, rolling it up, and somehow I hooked on a fish. But when I hooked on that fish, there was a little corn snake that decided to slither on by and it grabbed that fish. And without me knowing, I started reeling it up, and at the end of my line, I see a corn snake just wiggling around. And then it finally decides to drop. Once it drops, it's pissed because I took the fish out of its mouth. It begins to start slithering towards me. I'm up against a tree and I am screaming my head off. So here I am, 7, 8-year-old kid, screaming my head off because a snake about this big decides to roll up on me. Let me ask you something. If it was your greatest fear coming up to you, about to attack you, how would you feel? So after a few minutes of me screaming my head off, my mom comes over, sees the snake, kind of just kicks some dirt over it, and it slithers away and I'm saved. So another situation that I came across a snake, it was actually a black mamba. And this was in the National Zoo. So this took place when I was probably in my late teens, early 20s. So I was working at a restaurant as a waiter and my shift didn't start for a couple hours. The restaurant I worked at was only down the street from the Washington Zoo. So I decided to take a stroll in there and kill some time. I'm going through all the exhibits, no problem, everything's great, I'm having a good time. I made the mistake of actually going to the reptile house. Usually I love to see turtles and tortoises and amphibians, things like that. And then at the end of the exhibit is the snakes. And I decided to stroll by just like everybody else. There's a group of people that are crowding around the glass where the black mamba is. And I hear a kid saying, oh, this is sad, the snake is sleeping. We don't get to see the snake, oh well. So I decided to peek on over and check it out. Funny thing is, it was as soon as I got to the black mamba exhibit, the black mamba woke up and started striking the glass. Now you tell me, would you be afraid or not? There was a ton of other people that walked past there, so why is it that when I decide to walk over there, the black mamba wakes up and starts striking the freaking glass? Tell me, if that were you, would you be scared? This last story, it's kind of funny, kind of not, because my sister threw a snake at me. Getting a little bit ahead of myself, so let me trail back a little bit. So this took place when I was about 16, 17 years old. And I was on the computer watching videos or playing games. I don't know what the hell I was doing. So the day before, my dad happened to see a black snake in our garden. So he tossed a rock at it and then chased it away. And The first thing my sister screams out of nowhere is, Nada, Nada, there's a snake. I found a snake outside.
Oh, hell no!
My blood ran cold. First thing I wanted to do was run up the basement stairs and tell my mom, don't bring it inside. And Sophia was like, Nada, hurry! Has the snake, and she brought it inside. I was like, Mommy, no! And then I come and turn the corner of the basement. I'm going up the stairs, and as I'm going up the stairs, my sister has the snake in hand and tosses it on me.
Surprise, bitch!
So what happens is basically this. So here I am, fighting for my life, believing that this is gonna be it. I have no idea why my sister decided to kill me, but you know what? I'm gonna fight. So in a fury, I threw the snake across the room, and my heart's pumping. I'm screaming, I'm sweating, I'm crying a little bit because in that time I was just scared as shit. But I was like, fuck you, snake. And after all this, is laughing like a motherfucker. Like, she is laughing like there's no tomorrow because she finds it hilarious that she threw a snake on me. And then when I'm like, what is your problem, Fia? Like, why would you do something like that? And then she just points at the snake. So when I finally calm down and I look at the snake, turns out my sister decided to take a grapefruit peel and toss it at me. Yeah, I was really embarrassed. I'm a bitch. So I would like to apologize if you heard a lot of crazy noise in the background. That was just Ponyo and my neighbors. And they probably think I'm pretty crazy because I was screaming a second ago. Yeah, but I think I'm going to do another Talk to Me Thursdays. We'll see what happens, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry, it was just random, but then again, most of my videos are random. So till next time, let's just make today better than yesterday, and peace. Interactions with snakes. So, God damn it, Ponyo.